I call this meeting to order at 6:01. So let's start the meeting off with our flag salute. So can everyone please stand? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next up, we'll do roll call. So when I say your name, just say here or present. Commissioner Bayret. Here. Commissioner Lai. Here. Commissioner Abande. Uh, Commissioner Garcia. Here. Commissioner Nguyen. Here. Commissioner Jamie Nguyen. Here. Commissioner Ortega. Here. Commissioner Rodriguez. Here. Commissioner Surratt. Here. We have, I don't know the attendance again. We have
11 commissioners and 2 are absent.
9 commissioners present with 2 absent. Next, can we get a secretary's report?
Set it up. Okay, the agenda packet was published on September 6, 2024.
Next, we'll have the approval of our meeting minutes. So can I get someone to motion to approve the meeting minutes from August 26th of 2024?
I motion to approve the minutes of August 26th. From 9/2022.
Can we get a second to that motion?
I second that motion.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye. Aye.
Did everyone say it?
Aye. Aye. Next, we have public
Wait,
comment.
you have to say, are there any nays?
Are there any nays?
Okay, the motion
The
passes.
motion passes with a vote of 9-0 to 2. Next, do you have any?
Oh, one more thing, just everyone if I could speak up a little loud.
Next, do we have any public comment on items that are not on the agenda?
We do not.
Okay. The next we'll move into new business. Can we get, so our first item is the treasurer's report for the Youth Commission as of September 1st, 2024, which will be given by our treasurer, Emily Lai.
Okay, so our commission currently has $1,068, and the commission previously spent from last term $737, and the expenses mainly came from the t-shirt and the opportunity event, which is called in March.
And then do you want to talk about like this page?
Okay, so on the next page, on the fund analysis, we can see everything that we spent in detail. So first one was the t-shirts. We spent $263. Next was the Brew City gift cards, the Domino's pizza that we gave for lunch for the vendors during the opportunity event. More gift cards, the Smart and Final. Those are for the giveaway. Staples for supplies, more donuts for the food, Target for the table covers, and then the rest are gift cards as well. And then Amazon for the supplies for the opportunity.
And just one thing to note is, do you want to show them like how much you spent last year and then how much is left?
So in total, we spent $737, and we started the year off with $1,543 and ended with $1,068.
Okay, just one little correction. So I only showed what the what the totals were. Actually, I'm not looking at this. I don't think this was 730. Here's the thing. I took this as a longer spreadsheet, and so I think it's capturing other because this does not have to 737. So, but in any event, the most important number here is the one that's high. That's how much you have.
Anything else down?
Okay.
Do you have any public comment on our budget? our treasurer's report. Can I get a motion to review and accept the treasurer's report as of September 1st, 2024?
Oh, actually, you don't have to,
Oh, we don't
you
need.
don't need a motion. There's no
Oh.
action being taken.
All right, so the second item for new business will be to discuss and adopt the work plan for the fiscal year 2024-2025. So can we get a staff report, please?
Yes, okay, so turn to your second staff report. It's right after the treasurer's report. And it's called Discuss and Adopt the Youth Commission Work Plan. Okay, for those of you who were here last year, what's a work?
It's kind of like our plan or agenda for the year, what events you want to participate in, or we want to like events you want to make for the year, so we know what we're doing ahead of time.
And does anyone remember what events we did? Or I should say, I shouldn't say events because some of them weren't events, but items that you adopted last year for your work plan?
So one of the ones we participated in was breakfast with Santa over winter break right before Christmas. And it was just in the senior center. Where's my peers in this room? We're just helping the kids who attended the breakfast. We helped them with arts and crafts, activities like that. Then a few weeks after, we had our senior tech day, or senior tech week, which was right after the new year. And we had a table set up in the senior center. All the seniors came by and we offered help with a lot of them got new phones, new tablets and things like that. So we were there helping them sort of like teaching them how to navigate their devices. And then our biggest event, which took the most planning, was our opportunity in job fair, which was led by Jamie. It was pretty cool, pretty successful. Took a lot of work, a lot of planning outside of meetings, and the event itself was a pretty big success.
Great. So the commission was busy last year. So the bar has been set pretty high. Anyway, so now is your time to create, develop a work plan for this school year. And there are some things that you need to take into consideration. If you go to the bottom of the page, I put some questions that you should think about while you're coming up with this work plan. First of all, how much time will it require? If it's something that's going to take years, you don't have that much time. And really, it has to be done by May. It needs to be completed, obviously, within the school year. And then what kind of costs you've seen how much you have left in your budget. $1,000. So it'll get you only so far. And then how does it impact youth and teens of Gilroy? What is it that you're trying to accomplish? Like, what did the Opportunity Teen Fair accomplish?
It opened up like opportunities for our teens on like internships and jobs and things like that.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, it should have some sort of impact. It should be affecting the community in a positive way. And then, of course, will the city council support your efforts? We'll let you know if you're on the right path. So those are some questions that you just need to consider while you're developing your work plan. And I wanted to just kind of share some ideas of what other commissions around the country are doing. If you turn around, you can see some of them. Okay, so the city of Dallas, they have a youth commission, and they're leading a campaign against hate within their community. And they're creating this campaign where they're teaching you that, these are your options. And again, this isn't not necessarily something that you need to do. I'm just trying to give you some ideas what other commissions have done or are doing. So they're talking about these are things that youth can do. They can protest, they can educate themselves, use your voice. It's the city of Dallas. Palo Alto, a little closer to home, they held a summit where they had college professors, which obviously there are a lot of in Palo Alto, and they taught students about how to make an impact in their community. So we've got Nevada County. Let's see. Nevada County, what did they do? They focused on 3 areas that impacted local youth: mental health, career educational development, which is kind of what you did last year, and emergency preparedness. And then Multnomah County, does anyone know where this is? Multnomah? They are tackling chronic absenteeism through lobbying local and state leaders and issuing a report on their findings. And then there's another one, I may have sent you information about it. Santa Clara County, they're hosting a youth advocacy conference for local teens to learn and address how to eliminate tobacco usage among youth and teens in their community. So that's something the commission did. And then another example, if you were here at the last meeting, the American Association of University of Women, which is a very active organization here in Gilroy, they had a representative. Remember what she talked about?
She talked about how, they're focusing on environmental issues, and they're willing to support, if there are any projects in our park.
Yeah, so, and she's interested in partnering with the Youth Commission, if the Youth Commission is interested in tackling that issue. And what does that mean exactly? I'm not sure, we would have to find out, but it probably means maybe additional funding, additional resources. So that's something that the commission could look into as well. So this is kind of an opportunity to talk about what are some ideas that you're interested in getting involved with. And then one thing that I do want you to keep in mind, I don't know if anyone was on the commission at the time. Actually, Alfred, you may have been, not last year, but the year before, the commission had submitted a 2-page memo about the need for a youth center in Gilroy. Were you on the commission too? Okay. And they submitted it to the city council. They literally handed it to them during their presentation. And they talked about, the importance of it, why Gilroy needs one, especially it being a city of 60,000. So that's another issue that is obviously important, and it kind of fits all the criteria, but it did take a lot of meetings. It took some research, committees were formed. It's all part of the process. So whatever you do, you can anticipate that there's going to be work outside of these meetings. So if you're under the impression that you just come to the meeting and then you leave and then you come to the next meeting and not do anything in between, well, you've been misled. So doesn't mean there's a lot of homework. I know you have plenty of homework, but there is some times where you're going to either have to meet in person or we'll do like a Zoom meeting. It may require you to do some research, maybe interviewing certain individuals within the community to find out more information about the issue. So again, something else you want to take into consideration. Are there any questions? No? All right, Mr. Chair, how do you want to facilitate the next step, which is the brainstorming?
So we'll take a few minutes to discuss. We can break off into groups. We'll do like U3 and then us three and then U3. So I'll give us like 5 minutes to discuss like any ideas you guys might have for new events, or if you want to bring back old events that we've done in the past.
Okay, and before we do that, just keep something in mind. One thing that I have been told, remember how I said one of the criteria is, will the city council support your efforts? So one of the things that they are looking for is some sort of policy or legislative task, So for example, and this is just an example, but going back to the environment, because that's kind of an easy one, is if the youth commission were to propose, let's just say like a ban on plastic straws in city limits, which by the way, does exist in other cities. That would be a legislative task. That would be something that you could recommend, and that can actually go into action by the city council. So I want you to also keep something like that in mind when you're having your discussion, because it can't just be events. We need some sort of like hard task that, again, that where there's action at the end. Okay.
Okay, so I'll open up for discussion and I'll bring us back in 5 minutes.
I think we should.
Well, I'm wondering, how is the making fair, vendors to reach out to?
We contacted a lot of them. And we have like quite a lot of kind of a lot of events. And we're also kind of great with like job opportunities.
Yeah.
And so I think it was like
I think we could find that.
yeah. It was like the show they're really share.
Yeah,
Like a lot of machines, but like we're going into it with like first thing was on.
Yeah.
It was like personal connections.
Yeah.
I think we should bring that for here and like.
We tried
Yeah,
last
but
year,
then
but
when
that was never added. I think it was much more
And then
like,
like also with
Yeah,
the
Well, now we have
had like a
And
lot of to do.
kind of.
I think there's a lot of places.
Like I remember a lot of.
To be like, I was like, I love this
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. They don't know this year they're gonna.
What about-
Is it from women's?
It's kind of a big idea. Yeah.
Oh,
I know, like.
I don't know if they're interested in me, but like.
yeah, that makes sense. There's not a lot of time within 1 year. One of my goals coming in is like helping with some of the stray in the community.
And,
Unfortunately, most of that is. So
and
I was
basically like.
like, if there was the opportunity, there, we would be able to reach out to more.
so regular.
But
Yeah, it's like a,
I'm
it's
just
a
not
panel.
sure
So
what
then the
else I could do to help with that.
Is a really good
But yeah, there are quite a few issues of.
I got an idea from
A very good preference.
Okay.
there's a community mentorship program. Where
I should have had it.
in a mentorship day where youth commissioners partner with local professionals like in STEM art business.
Yeah.
But that should be.
And to offer career guidance to other students.
The environment.
And it could be hosted with collaboration with like Vector.
No, I made it think,
Maybe
Combine. Yeah, if they're really excellent, then we can
It's
like.
a design both youth focused community involvement
no.
and education work.
Yeah.
It's all the environment.
Yeah.
Is there just like events we usually follow?
We should probably.
What would the,
More along the.
what is like the overall name of the event?
So it's community mentorship program where you partner with like local groups, like art and STEM and stuff. And they give like career advice to students, like they just.
Like, if you do like a program, it would be like.
To go.
Um,
I know, yeah. It's like.
She's like an scratch, you know.
And I feel like
I feel like you'll be like a little bit.
she be involved because there's more to
Yeah.
And then just
I mean, hopefully, I would like having an opportunity also like. Just one different career. Like maybe doing more workshops like you said.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like you could go to like the high or. Didn't get a lot more people to come in because like, you know. I didn't even know about that. I wouldn't even know about that. If I.
It's just kind of like the two main things that
I
we're
feel like
about
if you go to a.
the environmental thing.
You take one day off.
Let's see, American Association of University,
You guys have any like?
which. I was a little confused by what they meant last, they didn't say much detail, I was. I guess detail on that. Yes. On top of that, for like a legislative, like, yeah, legislative, I'm just not sure what we would do, because that also.
All right, 45 seconds.
Effort,
Throw away your trash,
but also proposing, youth center is also pretty.
We could have like where you
big.
donate like there's gonna be like a bunch of bins like around the city and you like donate like plastic lids or like plastic tape into like the box And
Love
they'll
for
have
them.
like a company come and like recycle and then make into like other plastic.
What about-
Yeah.
It's-
Do like.
No, I didn't.
Maybe.
Were you?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm like
I think I
I'm
started like.
thinking
January.
that.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
if
because
you have
like
to
I
go
just
through
started
the
to like.
same, it's a little bit harder
Yeah.
to get acceptance.
So I've heard of this thing called Blizzard. It's in.
Okay, wrap it up.
Alright.
Okay, so I guess we'll have all the groups go around and sort of like have one person from your group summarize what you guys talked about. So start with that group over there and just work our way.
Okay, we talked about the Gilroy Youth Center as Adam mentioned, and I noted that it would be a good idea for us to bring back the idea because I know how like a lot of people from Gilroy go to Morgan Hill to go to their CRC.
Yeah.
So what if we did like a combination of like a CRC and then like a youth center where we can do like gatherings for councils and meetings? I think it'll be like a very good mixture, especially for Gecko who don't have any sports, so they can also use that as a place to also work out and do whatever they need. And then we also talked about working with the Women's Association to partner with them to create events and to have meetings and kind of formulate what we want to do with them throughout this year. I think it's beneficial thing.
I guess we talked about more how we could improve last year's events. So we said like doing those smaller events like the Breakfast with Santa and then Senior Tech Week. We said those are like pretty good. And we should do them again this year. And then we also said that for opportunity, maybe we can have some sort of like college workshop or some sort of like booth, I guess, just to help. Because there's going to be a lot of students that might be going to college soon, so it could be helpful for like resumes or brag sheets, scholarships, applications, just in general.
Are you guys?
Okay. Sure, I'll do a little bit. So we had an idea where we kind of like the opportunity group, like where we partner with like different professionals in various fields, like art, business system, and like more on. And we like talk to like we give like career advice to students, and instead of having like a thing where we had people come over to the gym, we could go to like schools and stuff. Because personally, if I wasn't on here, I wouldn't have known about the opportunity here. And I feel like if we go to schools, it would actually help them out a little more. And also, we could have like little bins across the city with like trash like plastic drop off, where we could have like a company come and recycle it and like make it into other plastic things.
So wait, what was the last one?
Where we have like little like recycle like boxes, like trash cans around like the city, where you put like specific plastic into it, where we could like have a company come out and recycle and make other plastic like toys or whatever, like for kids.
Like turn it into
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
Okay.
That's actually a good point about the whole career thing and like going to schools, because my school also does that. They have like people come in and from like different careers and they just like set up in different classrooms and like talk about it. It's actually really interesting and like helpful. So that's a good point.
Okay, so here's what I'm hearing is, so I just wrote down kind of what people were saying. So what I'm hearing is, there's interest in Gilroy Youth Center. Sorry, so interest in Gilroy Youth Center, there's interest in, and then when you say Gilroy Youth Center, like in terms of building on what's already been done?
Yeah.
Is that what you're kind of thinking?
Or we could like put the two together where we have like a Gilroy Youth Center and inside of it, we have like people that come in like every like month or week or something to talk about schools and jobs.
Yeah, no, definitely. And that can be one of the components of the use. Okay, but let's just first, okay, so Gilroy Youth Center, initiative. Okay, Spelling. All right, hold on. All right, we'll just say. Please spell machine.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. Okay, we've got, oh, the AAUW/environment. Right?
Mhm.
And was that like an issue or was there something specific?
Yeah, so if the city wants us to pass more like a legislative, we can work with them, because I know you mentioned they talk about the environment. So we can work with them for like a legislative for the environment, especially if they're really interested to partner with us.
Okay. Okay, and then for kind of, I'm gonna call this kind of community events. So I heard Breakfast with Santa. Senior Tech Week. Okay. And then, oh, and then of course, we'll call the last one kind of GYC event. So opportunity there. And then what did you say about it? Now, would that be in lieu, like focusing on college instead of jobs, internships, and volunteers, or was it in addition?
I think it would just be like an add-on.
Oh, an add-on, okay. So the same as 2024 with college. College, Like-
college
like
ready.
work in colleges or how to get into college? Is it more like how to get into
How-
college?
Yeah.
Yeah, just the components of applying, I guess. Or like, yeah,
Like the essays and scholarships and.
Okay, scholarships, but not the actual colleges.
no,
Okay, because they probably already go to the school.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's not,
Yeah. And it'll also probably take away from
yeah.
others. Okay, good. And then, okay, for your group, art, business, career advice, go to schools, discuss the event. Was that part of, what was that again?
Okay, so basically Bonme was saying that he was thinking like of adding on to the opportunity event,
Okay.
but like with like we know we did like job opportunities, but adding kind of onto the college thing, maybe like have a workshop where there's like professionals like talk about their career and like kind of like a career day at school.
Yes.
Kind of like maybe like a little booth, right?
Oh, okay.
Something.
I gotcha. Okay, workshops. So professionals kind of presenting on their careers.
Yeah.
You know what? We have classrooms at Wheeler, and so it could be like a breakout. We would say, okay, like at 11 o'clock, we've got someone from, the San Jose Sharks or someone from Banana Republic or Google. All right. Are there any other ideas? And no idea is a bad idea. No idea is a stupid idea.
For like recycling, I guess, I know like when I went to Poland, there were like these, I don't know what they're called, but there are these like shapes, like I know I saw like a ton of hearts, and then people would put like bottle caps in them or like any recycling material in there. I thought that would kind of fit with like, because I know the like downtown, there's like this like tiny little grass area. I feel like that'd fit a little bit like there.
It's like turning it into art or.
I guess so, but like I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like shapes and then people throw their trash into it, but it's like I don't know how to describe it.
But you've
Maybe
seen
I
it.
Yeah, I
Okay.
have. Maybe I could find it on my phone. But they're just I know that in Poland there were a lot with like bottle caps and then the design was like clear or I guess yeah, clear, I guess. But I don't know how to describe it.
Was it like different kinds of trash, was it different kinds of shapes?
Yeah.
It's like a cooler way of sorting trash.
I guess so. Or like just to display it and then it kind of encourages people to recycle more because it can make shapes, I guess.
Okay.
But oh, my internet's not working. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah,
Maybe.
and what I'm asking for maybe is more like, are there any other big ideas, not things that have already been said? Are there any other thoughts, things that haven't been mentioned yet?
I know Dan May, his thing at Camino Coffee, he had a machine where they turned, like they recycled coffee lids and they were using that to turn into like, it was like 3D printing filament, right?
Yeah.
So I think we could try, yeah, I know Dan May's really smart. So I think if we could take something like that, like some kind of initiative like that, and then maybe with the city support, we can spread it around.
So, but let me ask you, would you take the lid?
Yeah, so we last like every week or something we go and there's like a trash bag full of lids and we would like shred it up into like little bits of plastic and we would like melt it into like 3D printing like plastic and which we would use to like make toys for kids.
Oh, okay, so you'd be able to reuse the plastic.
Yeah.
And make something useful. Um. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like definitely environment seems to be something this commission is passionate about. Because here's the thing is that we're gonna be working on this all year. So you wanna have something that you're interested in, you're passionate about, it'll make an impact in the community. Is there anything else? Because once you adopt this work plan, that's it. So I just want to make sure that you've exhausted all of your thoughts.
Can we like maybe like go home and like think about it maybe more, like and then
Yes.
come back next weekend and like have actually solidify it, or not next weekend, next month.
Yes, so it actually even says here. So if the commission is successful, this is on page 2 of 2 in your staff report. This item. If the commission is successful in developing a work plan that meets the above recommendations, they can propose to adopt it at this meeting, or they can postpone adopting a work plan until the next meeting. So there's nothing wrong with that. Yes. You may come across a whole new idea that hasn't even been discussed yet.
I mean, we could have like I know we already have this, but we could have like the trash pickup there again, like more than.
I will say this, try to think of something that no one else is doing. I think one of the reasons why Opportunity Teen Fair was so successful, despite the fact that it rained hard, is that no one else was doing that. None of the schools are doing that. So try to come up with something that no one else is doing. Schools primarily ready to do, because otherwise you're just replicating what everyone else is doing, and you probably aren't going to get the kind of turnout or impact you would hope for. So just something.
Okay, so do you guys think we should take more time over the next month to sort of like finalize like what events you guys want to have, and then by the next meeting we can I'll open up discussion next meeting, and then we can all go around and talk about it, and then once we get the general consensus, we can finalize the work plan at next meeting.
Yeah.
And I'll send this out through email so you can see how this is kind of big.
I need a motion to table this for the next meeting.
Yes.
Can I get a motion to finalize the work plan for the fiscal year 2024-2025 for next meeting?
I motion to finalize the work plan for the fiscal year 2025 in the next meeting.
Wait, postpone
Postpone.
or table.
Table.
May I second that motion?
I second the motion to postpone the work plan,
Table.
to table the work plan for the 2025.
Okay, all in favor, say aye, and we'll start with that.
Aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Any Anybody abstain? No? Okay, so the motion passes with a vote of 9-0 to 2. Do we have any staff or commissioner comments?
I was just gonna mention, I'll send more information. I'm sorry I didn't have any tonight, but I was just thinking, there is a cleanup, free cleanup. On Saturday, September, I think it's the 23rd. It's in the morning, so if you need community service hours, or if your friends need community service hours, you should definitely be there. It's Saturday, yeah, September 21st. It's at, they'll meet at Solorzano Middle School, but they'll primarily cover Christmas Hill Park. So it's from 9 to 12, Saturday, September 21st. You don't have to bring anything. We'll provide all of the materials, gloves, grabbers, orange vest, all of it.
Also, I saw in the email you talked about there's like what was it called? Like the conference for tobacco usage.
Oh, yes, yes. Yeah, this thing. So this is sponsored by the county, the Public Health Department. Calling all eighth graders and high schoolers from Santa Fe County, join us for a day of learning, connecting, networking opportunities, advocating, and empowering. Youth will learn about tobacco and substance versus education, I think, health and wellness, mental health and wellness, leadership skills, much more through engaging activities. So the last day to register is in 3 days, but it's on October 5th. Dr. Martin Luther King Library, which is on the campus of San Jose State University. If you've never been there, it's actually a really impressive library. I think it's the biggest one west of the Mississippi River. It's huge. Anyways, but that will be on October 5th, all day. But the last day to register is on Thursday. So I'll send this out as
Okay. Is that something we'd have to sign up for as a commission or just like an individual?
no, you can just do it individually.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I adjourn this meeting at 6:39 PM. Thank you all for that time.